this video, we're going to be doing just a very small change and a little bit of polish to our chat. So if you recall currently, I'm going to go into spam hello. If we put a bunch of hellos, it kind of does this, and it just doesn't look very nice in general. It kind of screws with everything. And the reason behind that is the size box. So we have our text being displayed inside of a size box, but that's what's hurting us. So we need to remove the size box. So we can copy our text box, TB message, delete our size box, and paste our text box inside of chat message, compile, save, hit play, and I'll show you the difference. And I copied the wrong thing. There we go. I'm going to copy this and paste it a bunch. And when I hit enter, as you can see, it kind of spaces out everything accordingly. And even if you have it's gonna go to its end and put it on a new line wherever it needs to. The only downside of this right now is it can make a really long message, which we want to avoid. So one, we need to figure out, okay, what's gonna be a good way to not do that? So we need to kind of like a character limit. So let's figure out how many we have in each row, roughly. So 5 for hello, 6 for the space. So we're gonna do like 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. So we're gonna know 42, 43, roughly 40, I'm gonna say 45. Let me add a little more to that one message that has the extra characters. You know what, screw it. All right, so that's 2. So we're gonna get rid of that last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so 4 is about the limit. So we have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 46, 45. So yeah, 45 characters roughly that we're going to limit per line. And we want them to send a maximum of, I'm thinking 3. So we're going to do 45, 45, 45, 4, 8, 12. So 120 plus 15, 35. So we want 135 characters max. And I want to break that down to actually we'll leave it at 135 and just see if, because I can't imagine, unless it's a bunch of ones, it taking up more space than that. All right, so we're gonna do that. So we're gonna go to our text box here. We're gonna add the event on text changed inside of our chat box. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna get the length, all right, which we can't do. So we're gonna convert it to a string, then get the length. And I want to make a variable, call it chat or message length limit. Default, I gotta compile. Default value, what in the world? Oh, it's gonna be an integer. Yeah, integer's well over big enough. default value of 135. All right, so if the length is greater than our message limit, then we need to figure out what we want to do. So I'm thinking we can probably take our current text, store it, and pretty much just keep setting that text box to it so the characters can no longer be past a certain point. So we're going to create a new variable. It's going to be of a string. Call this one chat message. Just leave it empty. So we're going to drag it out. Going to set it. Actually, we need to figure out how many characters are over it. Actually, we can substring it. So we're going to set it to that. We're going to substring. All right, that is not what we need. Let's try the get substring. There we go. Our get substring. So we're going to go from the index 0 to the maximum length. Our source is going to be the passed in string. All right, so now chat message will hold pretty much. So if it's false, we're going to set it as well. There we go. That's a good bit cleaner. Okay, so here's what we're doing. On each time the text is changed, if the length goes higher than the max length limit, we're going to, it's greater than the maximum character limit, so 135. We're going to set our chat message to equal, uh, what's it called? To equal the text that is inside of the text box from, but only the 135 characters of it. So we're getting the text from 0 to 135, and we're setting it as our chat. Now we need to take our text. So we're going to get it. We're going to do set text. The text is going to be this. Otherwise, actually, we can just pretty much leave that for now. We don't need to actually even have that branch there. Well, not the branch, the setting it if it's empty. Same thing, we don't need to actually even set chat message. We can just keep substringing it and clean this up quite a ways, actually. I didn't think about that. Okay, compile, save. We should be good. We're going to do a quick test. 5 and a space. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 32, actually 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, so 135 divided by 6, so roughly 22 times. So 3, 6, 7, 8, dang it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right, let's just try to type. All right, so I'm at the limit here because I'm trying to enter. I'm typing a bunch of keys, and we cannot go past that limit. But we're going well past that. So yeah, let me see. So 6, wait, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. 36 times 3. Oh, it's 10. Where did I get 135? All right, anyways, 108. Do a quick little test again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, I'm just going to spam it. All right, press enter. Go to the end. I'm typing, nothing's happening. So at the very most, we can put an extra character there. But we're just going to leave it at 108. So that kind of limits us, as well as it gives us just a tiny bigger of a buffer in case someone manages to do like the perfect amount somehow of a, well, a structured text. Not structured, but limiting it to 3 rows and keeping them separate. So I'm going to explain what we did real quick. All right, so to make our text a lot cleaner, what we did was we removed our size box from our text, and that just allowed it to kind of scale properly and how we wanted to inside the scroll box. Then in our chat box, we added the the on text changed event. So every time it's changed, it fires. And what we did was we want to delete chat message. One, we added a variable that holds our maximum message length that we would want, and we checked if the text that we were typing in the text box was greater than that length. So in our case, if the current amount of characters inside that text box is greater than 108, then we decide, okay, we need to substring it. So what substringing is, it's kind of like, well, in this case, it goes between indexes. So let's say I had the message hello. Well, that is 5 characters. So if I wanted to store the entire message hello via substring, I would do start index 0, and the length would be 4. So that's 5. So 0 being the H, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fourth being the O. If I wanted to just change it to he for the first 2 characters, I would have the start index be at 0 and the length be at 1. So it'd be H, E. So we're going from 0 to 108, our message limit, and we are setting the text inside the text box to that. So that's how we limit it that way. Then I want to do one more check just to prevent someone from doing like a huge spam. So we have that check on the client. We may as well just go ahead and do the same thing here. So if message dot length is greater than 108, what we're going to do is we're going to set it. So message equals message dot substring. Do not have a substring. I thought we did. Let me look it up on and see real quick. See if that tells us anything. All right, so it's the way it seems like what we're gonna have to do. All right, where in the world did I just go? So now there we are. Let's see, what does contains return? Oops. All right, that just returns a Boolean. Does it have more than one? There we go, so it's mid. So from the start to the end. Not sure why it's called that. So go from 0 to 108 and have that. Then we're going to perform the exact same thing on the server. So message, make that the first thing, and save. Well, compile. So I want to do a test to make sure this works. Copy that. Where did I screw up? Oh, right, because it's a constant. So I need to make a new f string. So f string safe message equals message. We're going to send safe message just like so. Now we're going to build. So the reason that error occurred was because we have our message parameter being passed, well, it's set as a constant, so we can't alter it. All right, we've built. I want to change this length to 5100. Now I'm just going to pretty much spam. That's not what I wanted to spam at all. Right, and as you can see in the C++ text, well, C++ functions, it was in fact limited. So in case someone manages to get a hold of this and try to change it from 108 to something else, so they can try to quote unquote spam a really long message to the chat, what we do is, again, we do a check on the client just to make one level extra of annoyance in case they do manage that. And then just to do one final version, we do the exact same thing on the server. So that prevents cheating, well, not cheating, but of what would you call it? Griefing, of sending extremely long messages, just so they no longer have that ability. So we pretty much force a substring on the server in case the message length is greater than a certain amount. All right, that is all for now. In the next video, we're going to be, I guess we're just going to set up a player state, and that's where we're going to set up our player name, and we're going to use that player state as a feature for things, holding things such as player kills and just kind of basic information about that. So we're going to use that player name as part of this text, well, this chat system. So we're going to have it be, text be displayed as, you know, my sent message, kind of like this, so you can see who sent what. All right, so well, yeah, that's all for now, and I will see you then.